Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Got some big updates in this video for you guys, so I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Alright, today we're going to be going over an update in the markets and some news that's going on this week with some of the projects that I've been covering on my channel, so let's jump into it here. So we're currently, we're still at 2.1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin around 58,000. We really haven't had a lot of momentum in the market. Now the FOMC meeting is actually tomorrow, so they're supposed to potentially raise or lower the interest rate by 0.25%, and that will eventually kick us off into a bull run. I don't think it's going to have an immediate effect because I think that's already priced in, but over time I think it's going to have a more positive effect, because I think once they announce that, that's when we'll probably see a correction in the stock market. We may see a correction in crypto tomorrow, because that news is kind of already baked into the price, I think. So if we jump into the rainbow chart here, we have come down into this darker green zone. I'm expecting us to, maybe touch the bottom of this green zone here, which would be, kind of around the high 40s to low 50s range. If we were to do that and then potentially take off into this bull run, there's a lot of people out there expecting us to potentially bottom out below 100,000 again this bull run, and so that is a possibility. So that's something that you do want to look out for. You don't want to be too greedy in this bull run, but I'm gonna definitely leave some of my, I'm gonna try to cash out most of my portfolio before we hit 100,000, and then leave some in case we go above 100,000. 100,000 is going to be a very tough price point to break through. If we do break through it, though, things could really get crazy with Bitcoin if that were to happen. But I'm still expecting maybe another correction down to the bottom of this green area, potentially, not guaranteed, but that's what we've done in the past. We've come down and touched the green area, the bottom of the dark green area in the past, and even sometimes into the blue area before we've taken off again into the bull run. So you do have to keep that in mind. A further correction is possible, but I wouldn't think much lower than 50,000 with that correction if we get it. We may not get it at all. We might already be bottomed out and everything might be priced in. As far as news for projects that I've covered on my channel recently, Agent Layer has a token listing tomorrow on some exchanges. So if you guys are invested in the Agent Layer nodes, you guys can check that launch out. Tomorrow's their TGE. Also, if you want to get on the whitelist for the Sonic gaming nodes, that's one of the biggest gaming projects for this bull run potentially here. It's actually partnered with Solana and a bunch of other big crypto partners out there. If you're interested in getting in those Sonic nodes, that whitelist is going on today yet. But you have to connect your wallet, Phantom or Soulflare wallet, a Solana wallet, to their website to qualify for that whitelist. The link will be in the description below. And just so you know, that Sonic had a $16 million funding round already that they successfully got funded for, and they are endorsed by Crunchbase and CryptoRank, so keep that in mind. They're backed by Mirror World, Solana, Builder Capital, ARPA, Puzzle Ventures, Morningstar Ventures, etc. They're partnered with Solana, Blockchain Game Alliance, Backpack, Helios, Pith, Radium, MoonPay, Galaxy, Solaire, OKX, Marina, Galaxy, Alchemy Pay, Orca, Jupiter. So they have some big partners with this gaming project. So this is one that you don't want to miss out on, especially for the price point for the nodes. They're super affordable, so check them out. The team is fully doxed as well, and they're on LinkedIn and stuff. So this should be a very legitimate project for you guys to invest in if you're interested. So if you go to the monthly Bitcoin returns chart here at September, this is typically a red month. We are negative 1% currently. This will change depending on what happens between now and the end of the month, obviously here, but I'm expecting an overall red month for September, because that's usually what happens with September, and then hopefully October will be green overall. Now that may not happen until the end of October, so if we don't see a lot of movement in the beginning half of October, it doesn't really mean too much. We could actually go in the negative for a little bit in October and then turn around and still be green, so keep that in mind. That's kind of what happened last year. People were like, where's October, and then boom, the second half of October we started taking off into October. So hopefully that is the same way this plays out this time around. We'll have to see. But if you look at this here, it doesn't look like really a bull run. This looks kind of like accumulation here. If you look at the other bull runs, basically they came up and maybe, you know, we're at a top for a few months and then dumped down, and then had a top and dumped down, and here, you know, and so on. You know, they came up, made a peak, and then dumped down. We've just been, you know, we did come up here, but we've just been kind of going sideways, a little bit down, but it's kind of like a bull flag and kind of like an accumulation here, and kind of like a big, you know, potentially cup and handle pattern forming here with Bitcoin. So we're still in this range on this chart here, and I don't expect us to break out of this range until, like I said, late October. I could be wrong on that, because obviously I can't, you know, I can't predict what the market's exactly going to do, but based off of what's happened in the past, we haven't really had any bullish momentum until the end of the year after the halving. So if we go to the, let's go to the weekly chart here and take a look at that, because that'll give us kind of a picture of what happened last time around. So here was September of 2020, 4 years ago, after this other halving here, and it wasn't until right here, the 19th of October, where we broke this all-time high and finally started moving up. And then, you know, the 26th of October, in the first week of November, we were off into the races here. So hopefully this happens again this time. Obviously, we have no guarantee of that by any means, but, you know, if we go to the past here, kind of a similar thing here. This was the previous cycle back in 2017 here, and then in October we started breaking out in 2017 and taking off into a bull run now. But we're still in this channel, and I don't expect too much to happen until we get into October and we get some more liquidity into the cycle. It is also possible that we don't get any real bullish action until after after the election in the United States, and that's, you know, right in the first part of November. So that's another thing that we have to keep in mind, is there is an election in November. Now, in the previous cycle, it didn't really matter. You know, the bull run took off before the election basically finished, and even with all the mess that happened in the last election, we still kept taking off in the bull run, regardless of what happened with the presidency. So the election may or may not have an effect on crypto, but I think if potentially if Trump were to win, it could have a more positive effect on crypto, just because of how positive he's been towards crypto, and he's promising to make, you know, the United States the crypto hub of the world potentially. And, you know, obviously it depends on what he actually does versus what he says. So that's something that we have to wait and see if he gets elected, and if he actually follows through on what he's saying he'll do with crypto. If he does, you know, this could be very, very good for all of us that are invested in crypto. I know Kamala Harris's campaign started accepting crypto donations, and that was passed on through Coinbase. They said that, you know, they are basically accepting donations, and they're using Coinbase as the custody for that. So I believe is what they said. And so if that is the case, hopefully they'll have a more positive outlook on crypto compared to the Biden administration. But really, they haven't said anything. They haven't mentioned crypto. She hasn't mentioned crypto that I'm aware of, and there's been nothing posted on her campaign website as far as, you know, what they're going to do with crypto or their plans for it. So it's not really a good sign to me. You know, usually if they're quiet about something, it means that they're probably not going to be pushing it, not going to be supporting it. So that's kind of what scares me, is they're just not talking about it. And usually when that's the case, it's because they don't want you to know what their opinion is on it. So hopefully I'm wrong on that, but usually that is the case when it comes to politics. Usually if they don't talk about something, they're trying to avoid it. So that's usually not a good sign. So that's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. Don't miss the whitelist for the Sonic nodes today. It's your last chance to sign up for those. Watch my video on those. You don't want to miss out on the Sonic node sale, guys. This is one of the biggest gaming projects for 2024, and it could potentially be good passive income. I got a lot of information in that video from yesterday about it, and they have some major investors with this project and partnered with some of the biggest crypto projects in crypto. So I think this one could do potentially very well with it. So check them out, guys. I'll leave the links for those in the description below and the pinned comment for you. That's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. I really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that like button. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to check out my free Telegram group. The link for that is in the description below and the pinned comment as well. And my Discord, that is through Patreon. You can get in my private Discord community with some of the guys that are in the community and girls. We have some great investors in the community, very supportive community in there. The Telegram community is fantastic as well. So you guys can check out both of those if you're interested. That's all I've got for this video. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.